Today, we will show you how to screen print without a screen or any machine or press, just using vinyl, paintbrushes, and some fabric paint. This will be a good way to make a crafting or DIY screen printing from home video. However, let me make this clear. We will use our creative and crafting abilities, but if you want to take screen printing on t-shirts on a professional level, you should get the proper equipment for doing that. But if you didn't know that you could screen print on a t-shirt with just a vinyl cutter, this video is definitely for you. We're going to show you how to screen print one color and two colors just using vinyl. So make sure you give us a like if you like this video and subscribe for future creative and fun tutorial videos for t-shirt and sticker business. So let's begin with how we design the logo for the screen printing process. First, I'm going to quickly show you how I make this type of designs using CorelDRAW 6, which is the software that we use to vectorize our images. And basically, I'm just going to draw a circle, perfect circle. You can do it by using the shapes here on the left on the dashboard. Just choose the circle and click CTRL on your keyboard and keep it pressed, and it will make a perfect circle. And now let's type in RDI, capital letters, of course. And I'm just going to use a basic font, the Swiss font, which is the one that we use for our branding. And now I'm gonna do this because I like something different. You know, I don't like basic stuff. I like to add something that's unique, and that's what I'm gonna do here. So I'll just trace this kind of like this line here and just put it close to the edge of the font on the left, close to the center, and just make a trim. So now I'm gonna center this, do 90 degrees, and then click C for center, and it's all center back to 0 degrees. I'm just gonna type in RDI decals, and then below it'll say YouTube. I'm gonna use the same font. Click space. If you keep it all close together, this font is too close to each letter, so I like to make a space here. And for making this rounded font or arc shape, whatever you want to call it, half circle, just go to text and click fit text to path. But we're gonna leave, yeah, that'll be good. And now for the bottom part, you have to make this 180 degree. For some reason, it will not. It has to be this way. Okay, yeah, that'll be good. And then I need to make another circle here. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna center this. Yeah, that should be good. That looks good actually. I like it. Now, what we're gonna do is turn this yellow. I'll tell you in a second why. And we're gonna leave it like that, okay? And now we're gonna turn this red. And the red one, we're gonna add some contour outside. Make sure it's outside contour. Okay, that should be good. All right, now let's add a contour here. Now let's do this. I'm gonna add like a line there, so that way when we are weeding out the fonts, we can focus on the upper side, and then on the bottom do the same with the font. All right, now we have the design there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a copy. So we're gonna keep this one here and another one here. One is going to be for a 2-color design and the other one color. So we're gonna do a negative and a positive logo. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. All right, so basically I just trim the letters here on the red and the circle with the red one. So I'm gonna remove this one here. And the reason why I kept the yellow one, it's because we're gonna cut this design first and paint the red one. Then after we're done with that one, we're just gonna add the circle here and do it manually with the transfer. Since it's gonna be the 8060, it's gonna be very transparent and we're gonna be able to see. And for this one, we can get rid of probably that one and the red one. Okay. To show you how to add the distress pattern or the kind of like paint pattern that you saw on the design, what you're gonna do is like do a lot of circles. Like it doesn't have to be like a certain shape. You just do a lot of little circles. Don't try to do all of them the same shape. The next step will be to make more copies of this. And now we're gonna make a copy here. Grab another copy here. Let's drag this to the circle. You can find the best way for you. You can make it smaller, so that way you get like an even pattern, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Now highlight the whole image and click trim, and that should take care of it. Now you see that? That's how we're gonna do it. So trim, and there you have it. This will be one color and this will be two colors. So let's get on with the process.
We are going to be using scraps, pieces of vinyl, and big ones like the one for today, which we saved.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do this with your Cameo too, but we're gonna use the graphtec. And one thing I forgot to mention, even though it's for a t-shirt, of course, but it's gonna be like a sent like a sticker. It's not gonna be mirror. It's gonna be sent like this. So see, just like any regular sticker or decal, it's gonna be sent like that, not mirror.
Well, hopefully Luis centered or aligned the vinyl. I didn't check if he did. I hope he did.
I think I did, but we'll find out soon enough. Good thing we have some extra scraps there. So
yeah, let me show them to you. Here we brought them just in case. Right now we're just waiting for a vinyl cutter to finish cutting the vinyl, and basically this is what we're gonna be doing. This logo here, but this one we made it with HTV vinyl, and the reason we're making this, I guess, is just to, you know, like a fun project and just get an idea. Hopefully that paint will last longer than the vinyl. I guess we'll give you an update on that, but I mean, I don't know what.
yeah, that'll be a cool experiment. We'll keep you updated on how it turns out after the first wash.
Well, luckily our decal or the logos didn't. I mean, they were aligned. I think we can just cut it like this. I mean, we don't.
Yeah.
Really, we're not gonna say this section is really small.
So now let's start weeding out. All right, Saul is about to cut this, the one on top, because that one's a little different than the ones on the bottom. We'll show you in a second.
Yeah, basically the way you do it, you just weed out reverse weeding. This is what we mean by that, negative. So it's doing the opposite of what we usually do.
It's a little more work when you do this type of designs with the like paint, I guess you could say pattern. The other one on the bottom, which is gonna be the one color one, it's gonna be just like that one. But this one is more solid because the paint is gonna go here.
So this is gonna be, we're gonna weed it out like we usually would, without the letters from inside. And by the way, the only reason we are making or doing this process is just like we said it earlier, a little bit earlier, it's just a fun project. We have no idea how much we would charge for something like this. In fact, we don't even know if this would be something that you could do for like, I mean, I assume that you could make small orders or just something for yourself, but we don't really know how long it's gonna last, like this type of process.
Yeah, I guess what Saul is trying to say is like if you wanna go like a professional level for screen printing, it's best if you get the proper equipment for screen printing, because it'll be too much for you. Even though it's cheaper than vinyl or HTV, but yeah, it's still a little work. But I guess maybe later on we can do a different experiment with screen printing. Put this sticker on a screen. All right, we're finished weeding out. Now it's time to add the transfer, just like what we do. And we're gonna add the AT60 or AT65. In this occasion, if you're gonna do something like this, something fun like us, we recommend that you use a low tag transfer, because trust me, I've done this before, and if you use the AT75, you're gonna struggle when you start weeding out. So
I can have an idea what you mean by that.
yeah, so you may want to use a low tag transfer, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. And by the way, as you're watching, this is how we usually add the transfer. But if you work alone, we have the transfer roller tapes that you are watching here in this clip that you could get through the links, and also all the equipment and paint, even the paint that we use for this project, you can get them through the links below. if you like to experiment and try this fun project. So now let's put the transfer on. All right, we just added the transfer and we use the AT60, which is a low tag transfer. And that's good because we don't really use that much, right? The AT60.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can see it, it's almost empty. So we're probably using the last. And even transfer, we still have scraps that we saved. So it's good to always have some. All right, we just finished adding the transfer on all of them. And one thing I want to point out is that if you want to do this fun project, you want to leave on like a big enough frame, like maybe an inch or so, because we're gonna use a brush and you don't want to splatter all the paint on your shirt. So you want to go nice and careful, but you also want to leave enough space. So
before we do that, we paint it, we are going to show you the type of material or the type of shirt that we'll be using. The brand Jerseys Dry Power, 50% cotton, 50% polyester.
All right, it is time to place the transfer into, the sticker into the surface, but this is one of the cons of using a low tag, that it takes a while to remove it from the paper. But you just have to be patient because it's gonna be worth it in the end.
Yeah, for those that are not familiar with different types of transfers, to avoid this, what Luis is going through right now, if you use the Art Tape Clear Choice AT75.1, which is a high tag, you wouldn't have to worry about this issue, the one that Luis is facing right now. That's the one we use for, if you go to our channel and watch our videos while we are working on cars, it's probably 99% chances that we're gonna be using that type of transfer, the AT75. All right, Luis was finally able to get rid of the backing paper. Now he's gonna apply the decal on our shirt. And
always try to get as many wrinkles as possible away, because you don't wanna do this if it's really wrinkled. Right now, we're just gonna find the perfect spot. You can use a measuring tape if you wanna. From armpit, it'll be 5.5.
It looks good about there. We measured it and is almost 100% centered.
And always put some pressure before you start removing the transfer. Make sure that the whole sticker and everything it's on where it's supposed to be. Now let's remove the transfer. I mean, you're still gonna struggle, but trust me, not as bad as when you use a high tack transfer like the AT75. And see that? Smooth. And after we're done removing the transfer, we're still gonna put some pressure on the sticker. Make sure that it is placed nice and well before putting the paint.
Now you might be asking why we didn't do it with just HTV vinyl. Would have been a lot easier. But the idea here, we mentioned it earlier, is just to try different things out, give it a try and experiment. And we think it's gonna be a fun experiment, see how it turns out.
All right, now it's time to place, you can use cardboard, but I'm gonna use one of the yard signs that it was left long ago from a customer, so
yeah,
might as well use his product for something. We use everything, I mean, nothing to waste. All right, now that the yard sign it's below the shirt, you might as well save this paper that we use, that it came with the decal, and place it below too, so that way you don't stain the yard sign if you are planning to use it or whatever you're using. Before we start painting the shirt, I want you to take a close look. We're gonna use two different brands. It's the Speedball, it's for screen printing, for the red one, and here's another brand, Neo Opaque, I think it's called. I'm gonna leave the links below. And this is the white one and the black one. And now I have some chopsticks here that I'm gonna use to stir, because to be honest with you, I haven't used these paints for a while, so you may wanna stir if you wanna use it, because they have some kind of oils there
This is how you can tell he hasn't used them in a while.
Yeah, I mean, they look dusty. I don't know if you can pick that. It looks like oil. So you want to stir this nice.
Besides the paint and all the materials, we'll also use paintbrush, and I don't know what these are called, but some kind of like brush. They're made out of foam. I don't know what the proper name.
Sponge, maybe.
Yeah, sponge. Yeah, make sure you leave in the comments the right name so we say it correctly the next time. And now Luis is gonna turn into Bob Ross.
Well, I'm still debating. This is actually gonna be a shirt for Saul. So do you want like regular red or do you want like dark red?
Whatever is the hardest.
Okay.
Whatever takes a lot of work.
You just sold me. Let's do that. I'm gonna add a little bit of the black one.
That's why I meant. That's what I meant by he was turning into Bob Ross, because he's gonna mix the paint. As long as you don't draw a chicken or something or a tree. I think it's turning into like burgundy or maroon,
yeah,
like a maroon color, which is a lot better. I mean, this red looks nice, but I think it's gonna look a little better with the darker one.
All right, we got the color that we want now. Use the center. Just use a sponge, like that. And let's draw a nice happy tree right here. I'm just kidding. Since Saul said Bob Ross.
He got it stuck in his head now.
Yeah, I like him. I love his paintings. They're really nice. I don't know, do you guys like Bob Ross? Let me know in the comments if you do.
I think he was the one that actually came out with ASMR, the first ASMR videos.
Yeah, by the way, since you mentioned that, we have a membership for ASMR. If you guys like some guys pulling out like transfers and whittling out vinyl, for some reason people like those sounds, and so that's why we decided to open the ASMR account. So they're available in the join button.
I'm not familiar with this process, honestly. Luis, I think he's done it before, but
many times.
So hopefully he knows what he's doing. I guess we'll find out. If not, there goes my shirt.
The good thing about this type of paints is that they usually take about a few minutes maybe to dry out, but I usually let them dry for longer.
So is this like kind of like a crafts paint,
yeah,
or like
it's more like crafting
or like a small projects?
Yeah, but to be honest with you, like Saul said, we don't know how much to charge for this type of projects, but if it was me personally, I will secure $100 for making 3 shirts plus the cost of the shirts and the paint. So probably like $40 a shirt, or yeah, close to that. All right, so we decided to leave the other one we just did to let it dry for a little bit, and now we're gonna do, while we wait, we wanna work on the one color one, which is this one. We already placed it where we want it and remove the transfer. So right now we're gonna mix white with, black with a little bit of white to make it look like charcoal or like light gray. I think that'll be a cool color, so, but we'll see. All right, we're gonna add some of the white first, but since this one is a little thinner than the black one, I'm just gonna add it like this. Because sometimes if you don't add enough, because the black one is a like strong color, so you wanna be sure to add enough. Now let's add the black one, and now we're gonna do the same. We're gonna mix it with the white one. I don't know if you can see, this is a really nice color. It's charcoal, just some white and black. And now let's start doing the same with this one. This one should be easier because it's all one color, so can't wait to remove the stickers to see the final result. I always love that final process.
You gotta use one like the Oracle 651. It works great. It didn't peel off as he was applying the paint. Make sure that you use a good quality vinyl, even though it's gonna go to trash, but you gotta make sure that it has a strong adhesive. I'm sure it's still cheaper than HTV. It's more work, but it's worth it. All right, now that we finished with the one color one, we're gonna let it dry out for a little bit, and it is time to remove the red one, the first one that we did,
It's only been like 10 minutes probably.
Now he's gonna start removing the letters from inside, and after that then we're gonna do the center.
All right, now it's time to remove this one, the one color, and the other one is drying out for a little bit, but before we add the second color, we're gonna start working on this one. All right, so we finally finished this one, and that one is paint again. It was hand painted with stencil with decal, and I want you to look at Saul's face. He's happy now. I did not ruin his shirt. All right, now if you're wondering how to do two color with without a screen, and this is why I did it this way, I'm gonna show you. All you gotta do is just match this perfectly as close as possible, but you wanna align the font, of course.
And I gotta mention that certain designs wouldn't be possible to do like two colors with the process that Luis is doing right now. This one is doable.
Yeah, but just make sure you keep your design simple. Again, it looks nice with the distress, but that makes it a little harder for you. So keep that in mind. And I think that's perfect.
He's almost finished with the center section, and after this, we're gonna let it sit there for a little bit, and then we'll remove the Oracle 651 vinyl. And yeah, we're gonna do a heat press on, according to the instructions we have to do on top, and reverse it inside out, do another press for a few seconds, and that's what we're gonna do soon.
All right, now here comes the final part. It's time to remove the decal for the second color. Ta-da! Looks great. I already love it. I might make a few of these for myself.
I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the way it looks. I guess the challenge will be after we wash it and see how it turns out, but I kind of have an idea what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work out. It's gonna be fine.
So there you guys have it. This was the final result. And please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you like this video. We will also keep you updated on the result after washing the first and the second time, and we'll give you an update of how it turned out. Thank you, and we will see you guys again very soon.